This is To the Point with Michael Williams.
Good morning. Culture wars, the abortion debate, all that highlighting a 60-day Florida legislative session drawing to a close. Governor Ron DeSantis got virtually all of what he wanted from the GOP majorities in Tallahassee. You'll hear from both sides of the political aisle today. We begin with Republican State Representative Toby Overdorf from District 83, representing parts of Martin and St. Lucie counties. First up, a gas tax cut lawmakers are looking for later this year.
First of all, one of the things we're doing is within our tax package this year, we just passed, and it's actually a break on all of our gas tax that will start in the month of October. And we'll be reducing, obviously, gas prices by having that tax break. That's one of the main concrete things that we're doing. As you're aware, this is a major federal problem, and unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to do too much more than that, but we are stepping up again and reducing that gas tax.
Do you have any sense of how much it will mean to the average driver, and where's the money coming from, and how much money is going to go toward this?
Sure. We have about a $200 million allocation for this. And it's actually coming from we're using a federal allocation to pay for that time and pay for that tax. And so the general person is probably going to see anywhere between 10 and 15 cents a gallon during that time as a reduction.
How long a time are we talking about, sir?
We believe that this, again, it's a $200 million allocation, so it could be anywhere from 45 to 60 days.
I think people, not to be snarky, but people say, great, why not do it July 1? We need all the help we can get as fast as we can. And my understanding, this comes from a pandemic pot of money. One tax foundation in Washington said there may be some questions about whether it's legal to use that pot of money. So first on why not July 1 when the budget starts. Second to that question about whether you can pull from that pool of money. Certainly.
We're not starting on July 1 because typically Florida has a heck of a lot of visitors during that time. Mm-hmm. And if we were to, in fact, start it then the gas tax reduction would go for a shorter amount of time. We only have a certain allocated pot of money that we're able to pull this from. To the question about utilizing federal dollars for this, we've run into this before where we tried to have some money set aside for an emergency here in the state of Florida. The federal government stepped in and said, no, you can't use it that way. This is truly an infrastructure issue. The monies that would be collected by the state coffers would go towards infrastructure. We're utilizing federal infrastructure dollars. It seems like it's a pretty good match to me.
Representative, we can't touch on every hot button issue that's come before the legislature, but some of the key ones, a new abortion bill becoming law that will reduce from 24 to 15 weeks the time in which a woman can seek an abortion. You've heard the criticism. Those say we're taking away a woman's right to choose. Talk about your support for this bill now about to become law and your stance.
Well, first of all, I'm certainly about the right to life, and I think that it's a fantastic law. We are at 15 weeks, and I think that if a person has to make a decision, they have that opportunity to do so. And so that's where we stand on that. If I had an opportunity at all, I would absolutely limit or eliminate further the opportunities for abortion. I believe that any child that is conceived has the opportunity should have the opportunity to live.
Also, another hot button issue, the Parental Rights in Education bill, which critics dubbed the Don't Say Gay bill. And one Palm Beach Post article summed it up, said, quoting here, what's caused the most contention is a section of the bill prohibiting public school teachers from instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in kindergarten through third grade, though the article goes on to note it's already not taught in those grades. Again, to the LGBTQ plus community and to others who say you're stigmatizing that community, why do this, why now? What do you say, sir?
Well, it all goes back to parental rights, and that is what the title of the bill is. That is what this is about, is that the parents should really have that opportunity to be able to have that first opportunity to educate their children. And kindergarten through third grade is what we're talking about here. We're talking about very young children that, frankly, any type of sexual education should not happen except from the parents. And that is really what the bill boils down to, is that we're recognizing the tender age that these children have, and that, frankly, kindergarten through third, we should be learning about reading, writing, arithmetic, We should not be learning about other things that parents really should have that opportunity to be able to teach.
To another hot button issue, the Stop Woke Act, as it's called, prohibiting teaching that could, according to the outline of this, and a number of news articles have summarized this, saying the legislation prohibits any teaching that could make students feel they bear personal responsibility for historic wrongs because of race, color, sex, or national origin, at work, employment practices, or training programs that leave an individual feeling guilty, as one article put it, would be considered an unlawful employment practice. The governor at the outset of the session called Florida a free state. Critics would argue that the freedoms don't seem to apply to muzzling needed but tough conversations, or women's rights, or tough discussions about sexual orientation. But to the Stop Woke Act, speak to that criticism that we're muzzling needed, yes, tough conversations. Your thoughts, sir?
Well, I don't think we're actually muzzling anything. In fact, this last year, the legislature made it a requirement that we teach about the Ocoee massacre, which happened right here in the state of Florida. That is a required part of our curriculum. Whether it be slavery, whether it be the emancipation of slaves, Civil War, Vietnam, and the protests associated with it, that is our history. If we do not teach our history and do not teach the good, the bad, and the ugly of that history, we are doomed to repeat it. So it's nothing about teaching the history. It's about the manner in which it's taught, and telling a high school student or a middle school student that because you are a certain race, because you are a certain sex, that you should feel a certain way about that history. That is what the impetus of the bill is, and that is the meat of the bill. It is nothing about history whatsoever. We need to teach our history, whether it's United States history, Florida history, national history, international history. It needs to be taught to our kids so that they can understand where we've come from and where we're going, and not to repeat the mistakes of the past.
Representative, in our remaining time, outside of the hot button headline issues, what else has been top of mind for you this session that you think it's important to talk to your constituents about?
Well, sure. Well, regionally, we of course continue to have issues with water quality, with the environmental issues. I ran a seagrass bill early on and met stiff resistance along those lines. And so we were actually able to go back and alter that seagrass bill. So now we're going to be doing some seagrass planting instead. Got the great blessing of DEP associated with that. And we're going to be working with researchers, whether it be at FIU or Harbor Branch Oceanographic or over at Mote Marine. So really looking forward to that. We also have a Senate Bill 2508, which in its first iteration had a lot of folks that were really concerned about it. Since that time, we've been able to amend that. We haven't seen the final product on that yet. We'll probably see that tomorrow, meeting Monday. And thus far, it looks like we're going to come to a good compromise there with this language. Our budget was just laid on the desk right before this, a little bit before this interview. And it looks like there's going to be some great things coming out of that as well. Good surplus, and some fantastic environmental programs there. On
Senate Bill 2508, there'd been the debate about whether ag needs for water, they wanted more water kept in the lake, might inhibit restoration efforts, might inhibit water going south to the Everglades. You feel a good balance is there? I've talked to some in the last few weeks, say we're still not sure where we're going to end up there. And of course, your constituents worry about the algal flows and outflows from a lake that has to be drained because of flood concerns. You feel cautiously optimistic that things will work out okay?
I do. I feel very optimistic about that. You know, anytime that we're funding an organization such as the South Florida Water Management District, and the state is over 2/3 of that funding, there has to be some accountability back to the organization that's funding it, and that's the legislature. That's what 2508 does. All that being said, it is very specific that the EAA reservoir must be constructed. And that is going to be a great opportunity to be able to store water south of the lake and keep it out of our estuary. We just allocated some items for water storage north of the lake to also make sure that water is staying out of there as well. And we're continuing our projects to make sure that water is flowing south, flowing out to the south from Lake Okeechobee, and not primarily to the east and the west, which, as we know, are causing a lot of those issues. The other issues that we're doing is we funded a lot more testing this year, a lot more monitoring, and looking forward to doing that over the next couple of years, where we can really understand what's happening in our basin and really understand where these pollutants are coming from.
Next up, opposing views from a veteran local Democratic state senator.